What is up, everybody? Steve here. Home sales tumbled more than 7% in November. That is the 10th straight month of decline, CNBC reports. And I just want to get to part of the article that I wanted to kind of highlight. Before I get into that too, if you guys do need a real estate agent in your local area, there's a link below for a company that we aligned ourselves with. And basically they pre-qualify some of the best real estate agents in the areas. And then also I have a separate link if you guys are looking for an agent in Southwest Florida specifically. You guys can work with our team of real estate agents based on the different areas, and we mainly concentrate in Lee and Collier County in Southwest Florida. So there's a separate link for that if you guys do need an agent. And then anywhere else throughout the United States, we have a link for that as well, for some real top agents in the industry. Okay, so the part that I want to highlight, it says sales were down 35.4% year over year, marking the 10th straight month of declines. And it says that was the weakest pace since November 2010. And it says in November 2010 was basically the peak of the Great Recession as well as the foreclosure crisis in the United States. So obviously the real estate market is shifting. It's been shifting. We've been saying that it's going to shift, and certain people will get themselves into trouble if they bought basically at the peak, which was around April, May of this year. And unfortunately, there's people that are already upside down on their mortgages. Now, that doesn't mean anything with exception to people that are in need of selling their properties. And a lot of people, they obviously locked into really good mortgage rates and 30-year fixed, some even below 3%. And a lot of people still have equity in their homes. I do foresee that a lot of the equity, and I've said this on other videos, a lot of the equity is going to vanish. It's going to deplete as time progresses because, you know, ultimately we were in a bubble, and every bubble is going to deflate, and it just depends on your local area and how far the deflation is going to go. Now, there's still certain areas in the United States that are holding strong, that are not necessarily deflating. Certain areas up in the Northeast, for example. And so it just depends. You know, real estate is local. It's microeconomics at the end of the day, depending on what's going on in that area, in those areas. And the biggest point that I want to make pertaining to this article is you have to be careful when you're making such a large acquisition, especially if you're taking on debt, whether it's for a home that you're buying to live in, which I highly recommend that you figure out how to house hack, or how to just buy as low as possible. And then if you're investing in real estate for cash flow purposes, you know, you just got to be careful, because I also think that rents have ballooned themselves, and I believe that in a lot of areas we will see rent rates come down. And historically, you really don't see rent rates come down, but we did see this in the last real estate recession. And we saw it specifically here in Southwest Florida. I talked about this on other videos. And if you missed that, it was talking about basically a lot of apartment complexes that were built. You know, they had balloons and signs out front of these places saying, you know, you can get 2 months for free if you sign a year lease. And also properties that we had that we were expecting or anticipating $1,700 a month in rent, you know, basically came out to be about $1,100 and even less. So we really got hurt in the last real estate recession for rental income as well, based on our debt position. So this time around, I'm much more calculated. I'm much more cash heavy, because I believe that we're going to see a lot more distressed assets in the future for us to purchase. And obviously, based on your feedback as well, thank you so much if you guys did comment on that last video that we had. You know, it sounds like a lot of you guys do want to continue to see market updates, and more specifically certain areas, which I'm going to do as well. But also it sounds like you guys do want to see what we're doing in terms of acquisitions and even rental properties and fix and flips and even wholesale agreements as well, which I do want to put something together. I'm working on it right now. It's through a system called Kajabi. We have, for real estate agents, all these courses, these paid courses, but I'm putting together a free course for you guys, and I'm just going to keep adding to it and adding to it. I will let you guys know when it is ready, because not only is it going to be videos and pertaining to, you know, financial freedom and stuff like that, but also every thing that I utilize personally. For example, some of my spreadsheets for buying and selling real estate, I'm going to put it all in there as downloads for you guys. Any kind of ebooks that I can write up, I'm going to put it all in there for you guys. So I'll be sure to start promoting and linking that as well coming into 2023. And again, that's not going to cost you guys anything as well. So anyway, as always, I appreciate you guys being here. I will link this article in the description below for you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for being here.